And I watch all these stupid haters come out of the woodwork. And I'm like, you're the ones that are the losers, all you haters. That person at least had the guts to try. That's how you earn more respect. And then you learn from it and you grow from it. I'll tell you about how I even learned this back when I was in jail. About there's two types of fear. And God, this is so important to understand. I'm not just born smart or without any fear or with all this charisma and confidence and don't get nervous. I'm this dude that overthinks everything. And then I learned later on taking action while you're feeling the fear, because fear doesn't go away. One type of fear you need to have is like danger. So Nelson Mandela has a famous quote that says, courage is not the absence of fear, but it's learning to overcome the fear. And really what that means is taking action while you're feeling the fear, because fear doesn't go away. And what I realized, we had a post, one of our shorts, that a couple of them actually, and thank you for all your support, that went like massively viral over the past like 20 days with 13 million views, which is insane. And one of them was like talking about like facing your fears, and I think it showed like a lion. Man, I've had so much going on, and it was like a rhinoceros or something, and they're like running away from it, and then the rhino like turns around and realizes it has like this giant horn and like charges right at the lion, and it runs away, and some other stuff too. And most of you are so amazing and positive. And then I realized some people also are posting like, well, this is stupid. You can't say never to have fear. If you don't have fear, you're going to be dead, and then, which by the way is true. That's why I'm talking about there's two types of fear. And God, this is so important to understand the difference. And I'll tell you about how I even learned this back when I was in jail at age 17. But with one of these types of fear, going back to what this was really like talking about, is taking action towards something that's like of a greater good, towards your purpose, while you're feeling that fear. And so many people love to like get in the comments and all that. Not so many people, just the stupid ass haters that it's interesting because the reason I don't have respect for like haters and everything is they get in there and they comment and they love to just like bash people, but they haven't ever gotten into the arena and tried it themselves. So I don't have, if someone's like critiquing me and has wisdom and has success in an area that I'm going after, whether it's like with my business or even with my marriage, or if it's like doing videos or podcasts, whatever it may be, if they've actually done it and they're given like wisdom and advice, like that's great. And maybe it would be good. Maybe it will apply, because we always should be learning to grow. But the idiots that like me watching Mike Tyson back in the day boxing, and if I'm like, oh my God, Mike Tyson, what a pansy. I can't believe he lost that recent fight. I've never gotten into a boxing, like professional boxing match and gotten punched in the face like that by these like ultra heavyweights. Like, who the hell am I to be judging the people that are actually in the arena fighting? And that's the same that it goes to all the haters and all of you that are watching this and that will be watching this. I know everyone in this amazing tribe. You're not the type that hates. You're the ones that are wanting to grow. That's why you're watching this. That's what it's all about. But when you have those haters and that critics, just something important to remember to ask yourself is like, have they really had more success than me in the area that they're like trying to school me on, or even just like judge me on, or even hate on me? And if the answer is no, don't even waste your energy. Just be like, okay, thank you. Have a great day. It's crazy how many people I've seen actually give up on their dreams because even some people with good intentions that aren't even actually haters, maybe family members that, and this is where we're coming to fear, that when you're going after your dream and your purpose, they might be telling you, "Oh, I don't think you should do this. I don't know, like you're set on a path, like you're supposed to be a dentist like everyone else in our family, or a doctor. Like what? You're wanting to create your own app or like build your own business or whatever it may be. Like you wanting to be a professional athlete or a professional gamer. Like that's crazy. You're going to give it all away, like you're going to end up being a loser. What are you doing?" And they're sharing out of their own fear and worry. But the whole arena thing, you need to be getting advice from someone that's actually done what you're trying to do. So, say you're wanting to be a gamer or a YouTuber or something, get advice from someone that's actually done it. If you want to build a business, I started mine in 2007. I've been doing this podcast for 8 years. And oh my God, there's so many times I wanted to give up. We're going to do a whole show on that. And what's happened, first of all, just over the past 28 days, I have to say thank you so much to all of you. We have gotten like over 11,500 new subscribers. Please keep sharing this wisdom and knowledge. Thank you so much. So many things have all of a sudden just gone viral, and I laugh. I'm like, it's going to be another like 10-year overnight success. But for real, thank you so much. It's crazy how people don't see like the behind the scenes stuff. And then when people start like making it big, and it goes from me having this show for 8 years and the 300 different guests that I've had and shows we've done, whether it's people I've talked to from the cast on Breaking Bad or NFL players, or I mean, the founder of the Orlando Magic, New York Times best-selling authors, my good man, I'm looking at his book right there, Eric Thomas, E.T. Um, you know, all of them, it's the same. It's like they put 10 to 15 years behind the scenes, relentlessly persisting and just not giving up. And then all of a sudden, they blew up. And people think like, "Oh man, it must be nice. Like they just hit this lottery and got famous." Like Eric Thomas. If you don't know who he is, just type his name in on YouTube. He'll pop up everywhere. And him and I are great friends. I've known him for over 10 years. And I remember him telling me, like, "Mark, for 10 years, I was like going, even speaking at schools and basically breaking even. Some of them were paying me like $400 to speak. And by the time we drove down there with my dude Carl, shout out to Carl, by the way, who set up this whole studio in here, and ET's partner CJ, he's like, we weren't even calculating in like the gas that it costs to get there. We were actually losing money, but we were so excited we were starting to get paid. Now he gets paid like $100,000 per speaking event. And this is like 15 years later. And he's earned his way to get there, but people didn't see all those years and years and years before his stuff even like went viral. Before there was even a YouTube, that dude was speaking. It's crazy, but it's real. And I'm trying to see, sorry guys, with a live, if anyone's posting comments, I'll definitely get to them after this live because I'm doing our platform here. And while I'm on the computer here, I'm trying to pop it up on my phone too to see if comments do pop up. I want to try to answer them. As you see, like with all the other videos and stuff, I get in there, I read the comments all the time. I'm watching you, I see you, I try to reply, and we'll be giving you shout outs in future shows, doing giveaways, and also some of the stuff that you guys ask me and bring up. I'm writing it down for future podcast episodes. Part of this, actually, what I'm doing right now, I'm hopping on here on a Saturday night, just talking about the two different types of fear came up from you guys, which is amazing. And what I just want to break down real quick is, okay, one type of fear you need to have is like danger. Okay. So, like, when people are like, be fearless, like, you're never going to be totally fearless. That would be stupidity. And the danger type of fear is like what stops you from, say, you're going to cross a busy interstate. I live not too far from Miami, where it's like an 8 lane. Everyone's driving like 80 to 100 miles an hour, and you're just going to walk across it on a night like tonight. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, when there's a bunch of crazy drivers. Just gradually walk across it, that type of fear that prevents you from doing stupid things that will literally kill you is danger. And you need that. That's a good thing. That's what tells you, like, oh, I maybe if I jump off this building, I can fly. That no, you can't. That stops you from doing stuff that will literally kill you. Now there's the other type of fear that I tell people all the time. I, even at big speaking events and everything, I've battled anxiety my whole life, and it doesn't ever totally go away. But I just learned to continue to take action because of my why, like while I'm feeling it. And there's times where I'll be doing a speaking event, or I have my company Dream Shine. I'm getting ready to go. I've had it for 17 years. I'm the owner, and I'm getting ready to go to our monthly all dream team meeting. That's what we call it, where I bring all of our team members together. Everyone's there. We go over all kinds of awesome things. We have an amazing culture. But even on the way there, I'll be like flying there, and I'll still get it. Like, who are you to think you can go in front of all your like team members and employees? Like, they're gonna think you're weird. They're gonna all the stupid crap still comes into my head. Like, you can't be still running a company. Like, what if you lose everything? What if this happened? Like, those thoughts still come. I'll be getting ready to do a speaking event. I've done so many of them. The night before, those thoughts will creep in. Before I'm going out on the stage, Mark, you can't do this. Like like they're gonna be on to you. They're gonna find out that you're like terrified, and you're afraid, and this must make you a fraud. Those are all lies. You're not a fraud because you're human. That actually makes you more real. And everything, the more you do it, like confidence, you're not just born with it. It continues to take practice, and it's like a muscle. The more you do something, the better you get at it. The more you face your fears in a healthy way, just like that. Now, that's a healthy type. And I'm the guy that dropped speech class 3 times in college. It almost stopped me from graduating. And then now, when it led to a bigger purpose with having books and stuff, and I'm speaking and I'm going to an event, or I'm talking on leadership and how to build teams, there's that fear that's going to creep in. And I have to learn I feel that, but I don't allow it to stop me from pursuing my purpose. That would be unhealthy, because a fear that's trying to block you from going out of your comfort zone, what's going to push your purpose and your success to the next level, which, by the way, helps other people too, by what your dream and purpose is. Not only that, I'm married, I provide for my family, I have 5 children that I've raised, still raising 3. Actually, even the older ones, you never stop raising them. So, a lot on the line. 35 plus team members, employees, actually getting to 40 now, including with a podcast and stuff, like 45. So much on the line. And these fears will try to stop you from going after your purpose and your dream. And it's always the light versus the darkness. And what I do when I'm feeling that is, what I'm going to tell all of you is, just continue to tap into your why. An example of, like, when I'm doing a speaking event is, I'll hear God, not like audibly from the sky, but just kind of like internally, this gut feeling telling me, when I'm like, I can't go out there on stage, I can't do this. He's like, it's not about you. Like, you don't get to give up, Mark. This has nothing to do with you. This is about the people that I'm going to help through you. So get your butt up there and do it. And that's my why. And I'm like, thank you, God. That's all I needed to hear. I'll do this. Sometimes I've gone out there and done amazing speaking events. I always give it my best. Some have gone okay. Some haven't gone okay. And you continue to learn to get better along the way. But if my why is to do my best and to help people and over deliver, then I'll always continue to go out there and do what I'm being called to do, even while I'm feeling that fear, because fear never goes away. And by the way, like I told you for my guest, like the NFL player I had at my show, same thing for him. He was even nervous to do the show with me. When I had some actors, some of the actors from Breaking Bad, even that were telling me, I don't know, Mark, I'm feeling like nervous to do this interview. We sit down here in person. I'm like, you're nervous? Like I was just watching you last night, like killing it on the show. Are you kidding me? I'm nervous. And they're like, well, you don't like this is different. Like you get into such deep conversations and stuff. And I'm used to like doing it like that. I'm like, that's amazing. We need to share that when you're on the show with everyone else that you still get nervous because people seem to think that when you make it to this certain level of success, you become like a superhuman. And then what that does, that used to happen to the younger version of me, is think, well, I can't ever be successful because I'm not born like them. I'm not just born smart or without any fear or with all this charisma and confidence and don't get nervous. I'm this like dude that overthinks everything and has anxiety and gets nervous and over analyzes every situation and always like felt like an alien and and then I learned later on 99.9% of everyone I've ever met that's truly like high performance, significantly successful, doesn't matter what the industry is, they're the same. And isn't that so refreshing to hear? Because like what I used to think in school, like, oh, I'm not like those kids with a photographic memory and the straight A students, I learned, oh, no, the reason I think differently and stuff is school doesn't know how to teach to people like me. I'm dealing with this right now with my youngest son, helping him through this. Um, they don't. It's a joke, and they only do it one way. That could be a whole other show. It just really pisses me off when they try to make people feel like and belittle them because they only teach towards one type of like learning style, which is just stupidity. I mean, even Elon Musk talks about how dumb school is, and he's like, they'll teach you about like the history of a wrench or a screwdriver and like the dates which it was created and all this dumb stuff, but they don't actually like teach you like, okay, here's like an engine, let's take it apart and learn how to use these different tools to put it back together. Actually, how to use a wrench, what a wrench is, how to take something apart, how to critically problem solve and put something back together. Like how that really does involve the math that they're teaching. Like for real. Oh my God, I took so much math and I still don't even know what it ever applied to in real life. Like calculus and stuff. I still don't know. But anyway, going back to the two types of fear, everyone, there's the healthy fear that is like preventing you from danger. Like don't walk across, like I said, where I was just by Miami, like the 8-lane interstate where people are driving 80 miles an hour with a blindfold on and just do do do. No one's gonna hit me because I don't feel fear. Mark said, don't be afraid. No, that's danger. That's stupid. You're gonna get killed. Then there's the other type of fear that makes you feel afraid to maybe have that courageous conversation with someone where you're having some unresolved conflict, whether it be in the business, in your marriage, with a friend, whatever it is, and all those thoughts are coming, oh no, if I bring this in it, and it's something that really does need to be resolved. And these thoughts are like, oh, it's going to be uncomfortable. What if they don't like me if I tell them this? But it's something healthy that needs to be resolved, and there is such a thing as healthy conflict. And you can't control, by the way, how the other person reacts. Okay? But if you come in respectfully and stuff, I'm telling you, the healthy way is you feel the fear. And I call these courageous conversations. I teach it to my leadership team all the time. And we talk about what's really going on. There's so much like different levels of drama and stuff we've just hit head on with our team members and been able to have healthy conflict. And guess what? We actually resolve the problem in a healthy way, and that unifies our team and brings us closer. The same goes for your marriage. And the more you continue to allow that fear to keep you away, then the problem just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and festering. And the same goes for not going out of your comfort zone and pursuing your purpose. Just like me sitting here right now on this video. Like when I was in jail at age 17, I've talked about that on so many different shows. It's in my book, The Story of You and more. But like the first level was starting to realize, like, okay, I need to make some changes or else I'm going to end up dead. And reading my first book at age 18 and telling the dudes that I live with in the trailer, hey, I'm thinking of like doing something with my life and going to college, and them calling me a sellout and being like, people like us don't go to college. Like, you should just keep doing this and dealing drugs and doing all the stupid crap we're doing. And part of the fear that wanted to keep me in my comfort zone was like, oh man, what if they're right? What if I'm being a sellout? What if I'm not being loyal to them? And then I realized real friends are going to continue to push you to keep being the best version of you. They're not going to try to be like the crabs in a bucket pulling you. Oh, stay down here with me where you're going to go back to jail or end up dead. You're not made to do something better with your life. People like us are losers. That's not a real friend. But it was my own self-confidence and my fear that had to push me to have the courage to be able to cut them off if I needed to, and go through whether they do or don't like me, say whatever they are going to say or not going to say, and me continue to pursue that next level of my God-given purpose. And thank God I did that. Was it easy? No. But and that was like 20 years ago. And each little thing you do, like I said, confidence is a muscle, builds you up. And so you can look back and be like, okay, I got through that thing that at that time I thought was going to be so hard. And I got through that. And now I'm facing this next thing that seems impossible. I don't know how I'm going to get through it. But then you're able to look back and be like, wait, I got through that thing when I thought it was impossible, and I did get through it. So I can get through this. Yes, you're going to feel fear. Yes, you're going to feel terrified. And at each new level, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it even more. It's all going to, and never will go away. I'm telling you that. And that's okay. You just continue to learn how to recognize it for what it is, as a feeling. And then you try to realize, is this like a fear that's like danger? Like saying, don't jump off a 20-story building, you know, like with no parachute on and just plummet into the concrete, which is dangerous and stupid? Or is this a type of fear that's like a worry of going to the next level out of your comfort zone to pursue your dream and your purpose? Am I trying to please people so I can just stay comfortable? And by the way, and not have to fail or look stupid, which all those things will happen, by the way, when you continue to go after your dream. That's all part of it. But guess what? That's how you earn more respect. And then you learn from it and you grow from it. And I watch people, I've seen people screw up so bad, And I watch all these stupid haters come out of the woodwork, and I'm like, you're the ones that are the losers, all you haters. That person at least had the guts to try. I respect that 1,000 times more anytime. Someone that tries to go after something that's out of their comfort zone, that's already a success to me. And then the key is you just keep going. It sounds cliche, and you don't give up. And it will get hard, and you will get beat down, and you will doubt yourself, and you will have everyone else doubting you, and you will go through hell. And then all these other things will happen. Random things. Life is gonna life, as my man Carl says. Things that have nothing to do with your dream will happen. Your car will break down. Maybe something will happen to a family member, maybe a sickness. All this stuff is going to happen while you're continuing to pursue your dream. And what I've learned is the closer you get to a new level of a breakthrough, it all is going to happen more. And sometimes you'll even just feel like numb and melancholy. And it's like you're just going through the motions. And you're like, if this is my dream and my purpose, why am I not waking up and just on fire every day? Because that's not the reality. It's continuing to attach it to the why you're doing it, why it's bigger than you, that continues to keep you to keep going day in and day out. And it's crazy because, like, even with this show, I'm so busy right now in my company, Dream Shine. We serve individuals with developmental disabilities in the healthcare field in Ohio for 17 years now. That's my company. And we have a 2.5 acre campus with a pirate ship building, a waterfront lodge. We serve over 85 individuals with disabilities. We're an S corporation. We're licensed, over 30 team members, now 35 and growing. And we just bought another 5 acres and we're expanding to a whole other level. And it takes so much more risk to grow at a whole other level. And it's been exciting and terrifying. And then getting on here and doing the podcasts and the shows, like this continues to be out of a passion, out of a why, where I'm like, as I continue to make it, I feel like we're responsible for then sharing the knowledge back with others. And that's why I ask you all and thank you, like, for the subscribing, liking, if you listen to this on audio, for leaving the reviews, the comments, sharing it, because that's our marketing team. It's you guys. And this is also important. And I remember I was like praying to God and I'm like, I'm so busy. I'm so overwhelmed. I think, and I've been doing this for 8 years, I'm going to have to put the show on hold, God. If you don't like really show me something by the end of May till 2025, I won't ever stop. It's in me. I can't. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to focus on. I just have way too much going on with Dream Shine, with my family, my wife's. I'm not even gonna talk about. I'll share some other personal stuff later on when the time is right. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Man, it has been a lot. And I remember I just kept praying and I'm like, God, I'll do whatever you want me to do. But I just like, I need you to really show me something. And I wrote like some analytics and stuff down. And I'm like, if we're not hitting some of this, like by the end of May, I'll never stop doing whatever you want me to do, God. But I know all my focus, we're so busy with Dream Shine and everything else going on. I'll put a hold till 2025 and then I'll pick back up with the shows. And I basically went dark for like 2 months. And when I mean dark, just because you didn't see me, my team was posting and stuff. I'm working hundreds of hours behind the scenes, always on my company, on my businesses, on Dream Shine, with my family, with my kids. There's always so much going on. But I basically didn't get on social media. I wasn't checking anything. And I had this ongoing reminder like, all right, as you get closer to May, you got to meet with your team for the show, for the podcast, the videos. I have an amazing social media team. I don't even know if that's the right word to use for them because they're at a whole other level beyond that. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to let them know that I'm just gonna stop for the rest of 2024. And I go on and I check like 2 weeks ago. You can't make this stuff up. And just on our YouTube channel alone, all this stuff starts going viral. 10,000 more subscribers. 20 million more views over the past 28 days. Now 11.5 thousand new subscribers. And this is on YouTube. Like we have the show, it's everywhere. It's on podcast, Spotify, anywhere podcasts can be found. But we've taken this big push towards YouTube. And I'm like, this is my purpose, this is my passion, but I have to make sure we've had different sponsors at times. And I'm like, we have to be bringing in the revenue to make this really make sense. And I have to be getting more traction because there's so much else going on. And I'm like, God, I'll do whatever you want me to do either way. And I remember like I felt really sad for those 2 months because this is such a passion of mine. And I was almost kind of like accepting, like, all right, for the rest of this year, I'll just be like in the dark behind the scenes. Of course, Dream Shine is like I talk about the tree. That's the foundation of my why, my company. And then everything else branches out off that. And I'm so grateful for it and my family and everything. But it was weird because it was like you grow these businesses and these things, and it's like you've created these babies and you're raising them. And I was almost feeling like, man, it's almost like I'm going to have to abandon this one baby, you know? And even though like deep down, I'm like, but I'll be back in 2025. I don't know. It just, it was like saddening, but also like, I just knew you have to do what you have to do to laser focus. And what was crazy when all of a sudden I got on there and checked and everything just starts blowing up, I'm so excited. But then another part of me of that fear is like, oh no, like now I have to go back out there in the arena again. Like this means I can set myself up for failure again. And it's like that fear tries to hold you back down. And then I really had to sit back and be like, I prayed for either way, whatever God showed me, I said, thy will be done. As long as I know God's leading the way, then I won't give up. Either way. And I would have learned to be okay with it. It wouldn't have been easy, but either way, look, as long as like I'm following God and my purpose, then I can never go wrong. That's always my main thing is like, is this your purpose for me, God? Okay. Not what I want to do. Like, is it what you want to do through me? Because then I know I can't go wrong. Even if it goes wrong, I can't go wrong because you're doing something and it's bigger than me. And God is always orchestrating. So then we come up and now we're like pushing over 20, I think it's like 25,000 plus subscribers on the YouTube channel, which to some people, like I have a good friend that has like 2 million. And, you know, Tim, but even to him, we were talking and he's like, Mark, you just got a huge benchmark achievement. Take the time, take 30 minutes and just sit in some gratitude, like get a cup of coffee and celebrate your win. Because I'm not good at doing that, everyone. Like I just keep going like, what's next? What's next? And he's like, by the way, I'm not good at that either, Mark. And I'm preaching to the choir. And then he just had a huge achievement. I'll share it later on. I don't think he can talk about it yet. And I text him the same thing. Take 30 minutes. Celebrate your win, man. You know, get that cup of coffee. And to all of you, no matter what it may be, how big or how small, each time you go through that little level of fear. Big, I say little, but it's big because it's wherever you are, whatever level you're on, not comparing yourself to someone that's made it to a level 100 and you're starting at a 1, a 2, or a 3. That's just as important. Okay? So don't let someone tell you from a level 100, oh, that's nothing. I've already been through all that. No, when you're going through that, that's something. In each little step, give yourself time, like take time to have some gratitude and pat yourself on the back. Be like, I did this. But then you keep going. And that's what we're doing right here. That's why I'm on. Before the end of May. God, wow. I'm getting goosebumps. Like, you can't fake this stuff. When people ask me, how? I'm like, because God. Like, there's no other answer I can give. I was like, I'm going to be done doing this show. I'm going to take some time. I have too much going on, God. It's been 8 years. I need to take a break. It's not going where I thought it was going to go. We hit the iTunes top 100 and we've been so busy, and then now we had some plateaus and some valleys, and I have so much else going on, and I feel like I'm losing, man. I feel like I'm losing, God. I'm losing. I can't do this. And I remember, like, I'm going to stop. I've got to stop. I have too much else going on, man. I can't do this. And I said, God, show me by the end of May, whatever you want, thy will be done. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks before I go in the dark, I randomly get on. My team posts me, Mark, have you seen what's been going on? I'm like, no, I haven't been on social media. I've been behind the scenes. I haven't been on any of it. I got on there and I was like, freaking 20 million plus views over the past 28 days is insanity. That's God. 11,000 new subscribers, and so many of you so positive, so supportive. A whole other group that just started coming in when I'm like, God, show me by the end of May. How can you say that's a coincidence? The same dude that was in jail at age 17. I'm not even supposed to be sitting here right now. My whole life is a testimony. And and I'm not trying to preach down your throats against religion. That's a whole other episode. I'm always much more about the relationship over the religion. People get way too caught up in religion over the man-made rules versus your relationship with God and the power that you have within you. And like I believe from Jesus, I'm directly connected to God. The power is within me. I can do all things through Christ. It's already within me. I don't need a freaking human being for anything. God is within me, which means I have the strength to move mountains. I am part of God because I'm created from him. He's within me. That's where my power comes from. That's where the love comes from. And that's why I'm here right now. You know, we see a lot of negativity and stuff out there, but it's not like that. There's a lot of positive people that are wanting to do better and want to help people more and want to have significant success. And that's all of you right now listening. And I'm jumping on here right now, unplanned, to tell all of you thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for not giving up on me. And please, thank you for continuing to share the knowledge of this. Share these videos. Keep doing your thing, everyone. I'll keep doing this. As long as God continues to want me to do it, I won't ever stop. It's not about me. I'm not special. But God is, and God's purpose through me is amazingly special. So really, I'm abundantly amazing, and so are you. Because his light's within all of us. And that light is the word special doesn't even begin to describe it. We are powerful beyond measure. And we have this purpose. What's up, Joel? We have all of you have a purpose within you that's so much greater than you. And you were put on this earth for a reason. And I think that the struggle that we go through, the humanity, the beautiful struggle is what it's all about. Because each time we overcome it, or each time you watch someone else get through something you thought they couldn't get through, that motivates you to not give up. And there's something so beautiful about just not giving up. I don't care about the success, the money, the private jets. Yes, enjoy the fruits of your labor, but there's something so amazing about a person that just keeps going after their purpose and doesn't give up. And they have this strength through God. And that's all of you right now listening and watching. And you're going to go after your purpose. And it's in unity that we come together. What is it? Unity is power. Unity is power. Everything else out there, all the noise tries to divide everyone. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. United, we elevate. United, we bring the light together, our purpose together, and love conquers all things. So I just want to say, I love you, everyone. Go after. There's two types of fear. One is the type that protects you from danger, like going across an 8-lane interstate, like I was just saying by Miami, where everyone's driving 100 miles an hour with a blindfold on to walk across it. That's a danger. And that's stupid. That's telling you don't do this, you're going to die. And then there's the other type of fear that's like that voice in your head. You can't do this. Oh, they won't like you if you go after your dream. Or what if you try this and look stupid? What if you start making videos about this thing and they laugh at you? What if you start to post this other thing and it only gets 2 likes? So what? I respect the person more that posts something that's in their heart and puts it out there, whether it gets 1,000,000 likes or 0. I respect you 1,000,000,000 times more for having the courage to face that fear and not let that fear, the unhealthy kind, stop you from continuing to pursue your greater purpose and the greater good and to not give up. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm here now. And I can't believe I thought that I was going to be stopping the show. And all of a sudden, we hit this benchmark of 22 plus million views in the past 28 days, over 11,000 new subscribers. God is orchestrating. God is amazing. So never settle. What's up, Dixie? What's up, everyone? Leave all the comments. Share this with everyone. If you're rewatching this, leave comments. I get back in there and I read all of them. I make it a mission, and I'll be talking about you on future shows. Ask me anything. There's so much more to share. I hope you all have an amazing night or day or wherever you are in the world. God bless. Never settle. Thank you for listening to Elevating Beyond Podcast. Never give up and keep elevating beyond. Boom.